Howdy YouTube. Okay, so this is more of a vlog style video. I would love your feedback, guys. I just want to support families and support kids. I wonder how I'll feel about it. I haven't made a set of tips and pointers. I kind of just wanted to come and speak from the heart about a thorn that I'm experiencing. I have some other videos where I talk about a little ritual that I use with my daughter to check in, so you can check that out. And the thorn is, what's the challenge? We just had a week off of school. We had a fall break, which is a lovely break, and going back to school, it is difficult. My daughter recognizes how challenging it is to read the directions. I know the teachers are doing the best job that they possibly can given what they've been given, and I know that this is just a difficult time for families, for kids, for parents. You know, what I think is so difficult about this time for the kids, and sometimes it even makes me want to cry just thinking about this difficulty that they're facing. I mean, is that there's this discontinuity. There's like all these different rules. It's like we used to have societal norms that we could rely on, like, oh yeah, we can have sleepovers on the weekends, or just. And now there's just such a difference. There can be a group of people you know who are doing those things, and there can be a group of people you know who aren't. And it's hard to navigate for them. I think that there's just these different sets of rules and expectations. So I want to encourage parents to be really compassionate with their kids in this time. And I know I'm having to be really compassionate. I feel like there's a COVID meltdown that happens, you know, weekly. Sometimes it's more frequently than that, where there's just sadness that needs to come out. And I encourage you to find a way to help your kid just go through that. I know I'm having to listen. I'm having to just affirm a lot and hear her heart. And it breaks my heart a bit in the process, but I know that if I can just love her and support her and try not to shame her in the process of listening, that maybe she won't have as much stress in our relationship. I want to keep my relationship with my daughter clear and flowing and kind as much as possible, because I get it. I just get how hard this is for them, for us. And I think the best I can do, you know, I think I also have to really limit my expectations of myself, of them, be really realistic about what we're capable of handling emotionally right now. That kind of compassion with myself and with my kid is actually hard sometimes, because I want more. You know, I want to be able to do more, or I want more to be accomplished, or I lose my patience with her in the process, because I just want to be done. And I have to really work on myself as the parent teacher in this difficult time to not exasperate the problems, whatever it is that I do that exasperates it, because I know that we all talk about how, yeah, you know, you can get therapy for that later, but it's true. We all still have our patterns and our history that we bring to this table for our kids. And I think the best thing that I can do during this time is to just continue to be more aware of that, to continue to cultivate as much kindness, compassion, and accountability. You know, that's the other thing that was a thorn this week, is that I think my daughter is just wanting to have some more time to have a release, you know, and it's overwhelming, and sometimes it's hard to navigate, and I can't be there every day. I have to work in a public place. I have a job. I have to feed us and keep paying for the house. And so there are days where she has to be alone. And we've set up some work expectations, but I think I need to revisit those in a time of not stress. And that's another very important thing that you can do, families, right now, is be aware of when you bring up the stuff that you want to confront, and be prepared for that moment. You know, whether you write about it, whether you brainstorm, whether you talk to someone, be ready to have a clear and, again, relieve the shame from them, but still hold them accountable. And I went to my Montessori training, one of the commitments that I made in my life was to be an advocate for the kids. You know how much I like rituals, right? I've told you about the ones I use in my classroom with my kids. When I was in that training, one of the things that happened for me was there was a woman who brought a shell to each of us. It was a little tiny black shell. And she spoke about what the role of a Montessori teacher is, and it really is what spoke to my heart about teaching. What initiated my path, I think, really in feeling so connected to it. She said, the children need advocates, and if you become a teacher, you're committing to advocate for them. And I still feel so connected to that commitment. I feel so connected to that commitment because that may be what this video is about. You know, they don't have a lot of power, kids. They have to do what they're told. They have to submit, and to give them a chance to play with their power, to use it for good, to have their own choices, and to be able to manage their time. These are some of the positives that I see in the Montessori system and that I see us using at home. But I want us to find the ways for them to make the best that they can of this very difficult situation. I think that these vlog styles get more at my heart. I'm just curious, what do you think? Comment down below if you've watched some of my other videos that are more like tips and tricks based. I'd be curious to see if more of this vlogging style interests you, because I'm still learning, and I would love to learn from your feedback about what you prefer and how I can be most supportive, because that's what I really care about in this project and venture. If you liked this one, please comment. Let me know if it's better than the other style, and also like and subscribe if you would like to. All right, adios. Happy teaching.